opportunities were really wasted by the regime. He could have really handled the matter and tried to really solve the issues and try to embrace everybody in Syria. To the contrary, I think they went far too far in resorting to violence. What we really ask the West is to see, first of all, to not really resorting to arming the people. I'm not really asking for that. I'm asking for, first of all, to stay in principle supporting these uprisings, and secondly, from a humanitarian point of view, and to really exercise further pressure in order to really help the people to find out that at least there is somebody who is appreciating what they're doing, and to improve the conditions for the transformation of Syria towards democracy.
And that pressure should come with sanctions? More
Yes.
sanctions? Stricter
Yes,
sanctions?
yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that furthering sanctions is very important. Although it bites and although it affects everybody, but ultimately it's going to really affect the regime.
And why do you think the Chinese are opposing these United Nations resolutions? We talked about Russia,
what?
but why are China vetoing? What's their
The
motive
case
for vetoing?
of China is different than that of Russia.
Mm-hmm.
China, they don't have a great deal of investments in the East Mediterranean. And ultimately, China, by the way, it is said that they have used veto, resorted to veto in the Security Council for 6 times throughout the past decades since the establishment of the Security Council. Twice they have used it in favor of Russia, of Syria, and it is not in their interest, and they have lots of investments and interests in the Arab world. They cannot continue taking such a position.
But why do you think they did that?
They did that because it is a matter of on the one hand, they have, let's say, similar cases in their region that they are afraid probably it may really will transmit into requests pertaining to areas in which they have an interest. So that's why they will try to take that position, and they are taking a position pleasing the Russians at the same time. So something pertaining to their situation in the Far East and in other parts of China, in Tibet, and something of the sort, which may really affect their position, so they will be plagued by such demands. That's why they are really doing it.
So the Russians are the leaders here?
The Russians are the leaders because of proximity, because of the issue becoming a domestic issue, and at the same time because they have some other interests in the region. And I think the interest in the region being, let's say, having a base in Tartus or something of the sort, this is something that can be really resolved in one way or another.
Right.
So.
Okay, and if the Assad regime is overthrown, eventually, as you say it will be, what does that mean for Lebanon? And how big is the risk of Lebanon being destabilized again by Hezbollah?
For sure that we in Lebanon, we have one neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the south we have an enemy. As long as our lands are still occupied by Israel, and there is no real solution for the Arab-Israeli conflict. So we have only one neighbor, which is Syria. And there is a lot of things that that really brings us together. Syria, history, geography, the future, many interests, and so on. And for sure that being a neighbor, any instability there would have to be in one way or another, would affect our position. On the other hand, I think Lebanon, throughout the past periods, because of a number of factors, whether it is our democracy, our let's say, political system, our economic system, the composition of the society, and so on, has rendered the Lebanon a great deal of resiliency and ability to continuously adapt with the changing circumstances and situation. On the other hand, I think the Lebanese have suffered a great deal over the past several decades. Since 1975, Lebanon is really passing through very difficult periods. And we have experienced a great deal of events and shocks that really made the Lebanese learn, however, with varying degrees of really recognizing how really painful and how it is really very bad for them and for the country to undergo such confrontations, internal confrontations. And I think the various political groups, including Hezbollah, is reaching to a point that it is hopeless and it is futile to really try to go into a track that would lead to confrontation. That's why there is a noticeable position taken by the various groups to avert falling into a situation where they are dragged into a confrontation in which everybody will turn out to be a loser. So that's why I believe there is a great possibility for Lebanon to